Alright. I push button.
Sorry, Harley, you wanted me to be able to see Vin and the Lesser Evil. Did you say I should see an additional character also, or just those two?
Just Vin and the Lesser Evil.
That's fine. Okay, cool.
Are we recording?
Yes.
Da, 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 da,
Excellent.
da.
Theme tune. Insert theme tune here.
Insert theme tune, but not either of the two that T and I posed because those will get us demonetized on YouTube.
Dumb cat.
It is the 41st millennia. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor of Man has sat immobile on the golden throne of Terra, a corpse powering the Astronomicon, through which his light is cast across 1,000 worlds and untold billions of lives. For the average human, life is an arduous task, each day more perilous than the last. They wake up, they do their job, they go to sleep, they never question their lot in life. And if they're lucky, they die of old age and they get recycled into food. If they're unlucky, their planets are assailed by Xenos, heretics, and demons from all sides. You are not one of these people. You are how do you pronounce your character's name? Your character's last name, Kate, real fast. Kate.
You're muted.
El Rahith.
El Rahith. You are a member of the El Rahith rogue trader dynasty, and for the last 10 years, you have been groomed to take over position as the head of your family. Your many times great grandfather contacted you, told you that due to an unfortunate incident, the next heir to the warrant of trade has been disinherited, and that you will have to step up and take his place. The last decade has been an adventure. If you were to tell people what you've done for the last decade, they would think you were insane. You've been everywhere in the Imperium. But now, for the first time in a century, somewhere new has cropped up. A warp storm on the edge of the Calixis segmentum has finally faded, and Port Wander, at the very barest edge of what the fuck is this place called? Why is the name gone? Why is the name always gone? Oh, I found it. Port Wander is finally available on the barest edge of the Coronis expanse. The fringes of wild space are ripe for the picking, and your many times great grandfather has asked you to meet him at Port Wander, which is where our story will begin as the Lesser Evil drops out of warp travel into real space. Character names Vin.
Yes.
You are on the bridge of the Lesser Evil as you drop into real space. Please describe your character for me.
Vin is absolutely at home on the bridge. This is an unfortunate circumstance. Very deeply saddened to hear of the family's loss, but it is absolutely how things should be. She is standing close to 6 feet tall. It is difficult to tell how much of that is aided by the rather prestigious boots she's wearing. If you had to cast it in a CW show, you'd go with them being U-Rock based. but of course they wouldn't be because it's space. From there, we work our way up in a variety of appropriately formal, ornate, but not too ornate garb until we get to the cloak. She's very proud of the cloak. The cloak sits atop everything, and right now it looks like it's been made out of feathers of a burning bird. And she has that on full blast, just stood looking at the front of the spaceship. Because this is going to be absolutely delicious.
Excellent. As the ship exits the warp portal behind it, which closes with an unusually audible kind of schloop sound. Don't ask how the sound propagates itself in the vacuum of space. It's the warp. If it wants to make noise, it makes noise. And as the portal behind you closes, a computer rings off a series of numbers and a set of numbers and information that is mostly gobbledygook to you, Vin, but your navigator understands it as the all clear. The ship has successfully made the transition from warp space to real space. There are no unwanted intruders on board, no leftover manifestations, no demons hiding in the rafters. Would the navigator please describe themselves?
The navigator is tall. I think at least a head taller than Vin. A robed figure, wearing like a lot of purple. As you can see on the icon, there's this like weird light effect that sort of fades once they get out of the warp. One metal arm holding a staff, and can't really see a lot of skin, but what skin you can see seems to be dark, and then has a Vitiljo pattern, and the most striking thing is probably the all black eyes. Very very noble stance, I think, and kind of gets a little bit more relaxed as soon as the all clear is given. Taps at the console a little bit to clear the alerts. Another successful journey.
Exactly as expected. And Vin's going to turn around and just clap him on the shoulder.
Seems uncomfortable to be touched, but allows the the contact. If it was anyone else, probably wouldn't. Thank you.
As the bridge crew goes through the process of hailing Port Wander to establish docking procedures and such, we transition from the bridge down to the one of the compartmentalized cargo holds, where we find Bertrand Lee Boulderward and Clodomiro Kupferblum gearing up to go, well, not to go port side so much, but as to go, I don't know. Port Wander isn't a planet; it's a space station. So I guess station side would be the appropriate terminology.
Station side would be correct. Yeah.
Bertrand, why don't you describe yourself for us?
Hi. The name's Bertrand. You can call me Birdie, though. I'm kind of a big guy, you know, maybe 6 something. I'm not good with numbers, but that's all right. I'm wearing my leather jacket. It's open because I get warm in space, you know, kind of warm in the warp. And have my sides of my head shaved with a red mohawk, but yeah, I'm just ready to getting ready to go station side, kind of pretty plainly dressed, except for the rippling abs that are exposed. But other than that, yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Yep,
Are you bringing any weapons with you, station side?
all of them.
All of them?
Oh yeah, I got my sword, my shield, and my rifle. They're all stowed. We're good.
Excellent. What about you, Clodomiro Kupferblum?
Claude is styled less like a rogue trader and more like his idea of what a rogue trader is. So he's got a very fancy jacket, like thick leather jacket on, and a fur trim like cape that he's busy trying to sort of like get sorted on the jacket because it has this one like asymmetrical bit over the shoulder which looks really cool when he gets it right, but it's always super annoying. And also he's a bit distracted because he's still not used to how wet the warp sounds. That wasn't something he ever really considered would be a facet of the warp. Space was very dry. It was nice. He enjoyed how dry space was. He's quite unnerved by how wet the warp is, or can be. Maybe it's less the fact that the warp is wet and more that the fact that the warp is inconsistently wet. He likes consistency. Consistency is good. Consistent numbers were something he was always praised for at home. And he's so busy with his cape that it does take him a couple of minutes to remember his large, clunky Inferno pistol and remember to stash that somewhere in his jacket as well. He's doing his best.
Excellent.
Maybe not necessarily very good, but it's his best, and that's what counts at this point.
You get kind of slapped on the back. Hey, you ready to go station side, Claude? You ready?
Yes.
Stretch your legs a bit off the ship. I always like going to meet new people. It's always real nice. Real nice. Yeah.
Generally, I would agree with you. People on these kind of stations are fascinating.
I should point out, I didn't before. I should point out Birdie is paler than pale, to the point of looking like the skin tone looks unnaturally pale. Like we've pushed beyond sick into kind of like creepy. That's the only thing about Birdie's. Birdie's real pale.
Birdie is pale to the point where, in certain parts where his muscles are like more well developed, you can. It's not even that like you could kind of see veins on his muscles. You can straight up see them.
Mm-hmm.
He's pale to the point of being translucent.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Scottish.
Yeah.
Scottish.
So, you got any plans? Or what are you planning on doing? Just being friendly, yeah.
I feel like would a seneschal acquaint himself with a local tavern of some kind and get acquainted with the general rumors that are circulating? That feels yes. That's
Now
what
you want to go get drunk. I'm all for. You're a wild one, Claude. I gotta tell you.
I gotta tell you.
Yeah. All right. That sounds like a plan to me.
All right. As Bertrand and Clodomiro plan their excursion into the nearest drinking hole, we move downwards through the ship, through the corridors, twisting and winding amongst themselves to the very bottom dregs of the engineering section, where the death cult has established a makeshift church almost. And it is in this church that we find our final explorer, Malkador Brinjar. Malkador, please describe
Yes.
yourself.
Malkador.
Fucking vanishes.
He fades
Oh,
in
God.
back into the warp.
They fucking
No one
spaced
is
him
allowed
already.
to know. Nobody is allowed to know what he looks like.
God, that was such good
That was the
timing.
most beautiful. That you couldn't have planned that any better.
Oh my fucking god.
Malkador gets sucked into the slightly drier warp.
I don't understand.
You
Greetings,
as you're-
Matador, the
for some
space.
reason it's not letting you finish your sentences, and when you're talking, you just kind of
Oh,
as
that's
if you've
weird.
been sucked away.
Oh, that was such good timing. That was. All right, let's.
Yeah, my voice is like dropping horrific now and then.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to try
Just
dropping out of the
All
call
way
and back in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that? Is that better?
That's
Much.
better.
That's much.
I'll keep an eye on the connection speed here. For some reason, it keeps dropping out. Yeah, so Malkador, or Wee Malky, as he's known to his friends, who are mostly Space Marines, grew up on the world of Fenris, which is the home world of the Space Wolves, Astartes chapter. If you don't know what the Space Wolves are, picture Space Marines, right, that play way too much Skyrim.
Mm.
That's the vibe, you know. A lot of wolf pelts, a lot of like, you know, there are rumors of, well, I say rumors, there are mutations within the Space Wolf gene seed that will turn some guys into literal werewolves, but it's extremely rare. You know, it's a very, very rare thing. They keep them in a cupboard. They don't talk about them. There are no wolves on Fenris. So,
No.
be a space- want to
Oh, it's back.
get
I
dropping
heard
out.
that. I heard it. Didn't hear anything after that then.
Try and reconnect.
Man, this communication across space is fucking difficult.
It's
It's the wet
It's the wet.
warp residue. It's gotten into the speaker system.
Some interference. I am detecting an anomaly in the where the death cult lives.
Should probably send Malkador to deal with that. He's already down there. He's already down.
I think he
Probably
knows.
his fault.
Yeah, I don't understand why this keeps happening. It keeps just dropping out occasionally.
It's
You're back now.
Discord.
Now
You're
you
back
sound
now, so-
perfect. Quick, get it in,
Yeah,
quick.
Yeah,
Get it in.
yeah. So the man himself wanted to be a space wolf. He really, really wanted to be a space wolf, and he went through all of the aspirant trials and like everything you have to do to, you know, get to the point of even getting to be a scout in the Space Wolves, or even, you know, being picked for the transformation process. But in the last trial, which was this, you know, massive like you know, they took them out into the wilderness and then they had to get back. Malky broke his leg and couldn't physically like walk the rest of the way. So we had to hold. Yeah, so he was lost, considered dead essentially. But in reality, he was out there. He holed up. He dug himself a wee ice hole. He was, you know, catching fish, things like that. Because in his mind, the Emperor was sending him directions of what to do in order to survive. He was hearing the voice of the Emperor. And that's what he told everyone when eventually, like 3-something months later, after his leg had healed enough, he burst into the halls, and they were like, well, we can't make you a Space Wolf, because technically you failed the trial. However, we are very impressed by the fact that you managed to survive for 3 months out in the middle of Fenris in the wilderness. So we'll take you on the ship. You can be just one of the general, human crew. You can help with the armory, whatever stuff like that. And you can also be part of the ecclesiarchy on board the ship, which for Space Wolves, they're not really into the whole ecclesiarchy thing. Like, they have more of a personal relationship with the Emperor. So he follows very much the tenets of the Space Wolves, which is why he looks how he looks. He's all straggly, dreadlocks and beard, and he's not exactly what you would call house trained. But the thing about the Space Wolves is they do take their job very seriously, so he's still good at it. He's just a bit sort of abrasive and likes to drink a lot.
He gets on super good with the Death Cult. Whole lot of the Emperor speaks to us on board the ship. Not quite super keen on the whole, tossing people out of the airlock as a method of worship, but what can you do? There's a million ways to worship the Emperor, and it's ecclesiarchy bullshit to tell people how they can and can't worship, and that's not what he's about. What is Malkador? As Malkador is the only character who's on his own right now. What is Malkador's pre-departure routine? What does that look like for him?
Malkador has his own little tent in engineering. He doesn't want a room. He doesn't need a room. It's just a sheet that sort of cuts off a portion of the corner in engineering. He's sitting cross-legged with his flamer across his knees, and he is just ever so gently just going at it with like a fine polished cloth, just trying to get into like the letter stamps and things, and get those little bits out of there and just make sure that it looks lovely.
You can't burn heretics alive if your gun doesn't shine.
Exactly. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only drip.
Only drip.
I strong dislike that concept. Cannot
all
emphasize
right.
enough how much I dislike that concept.
All right. Back on the bridge. One of the oh god, we don't have our fucking Voidmaster here. One of the crew shuts down the Vox and turns to look at you, Vin, and says, "We're all clear to dock, Captain. We're Bay 357, spinward side. Spinward side. So you're actually over here. Don't mind me moving you 3 full light years. Don't question that.
That's
Where-
right.
10 light years.
Hey, Claude, did you feel that or something? That was kind of funky. I don't know.
The
Yeah,
Navigator,
that was me.
Oh, I try not to pay attention to
didn't
any
expect that
sensations
one.
in the war.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a good way to think, Claude. It's a good way to think. You're smart.
And as the ship, as the bridge crew brings the ship into dock, you see Port Wander. Do I have a picture? You see Port Wander. No, that's not the right fucking button. You see Port Wander, a massive 40-kilometer across space station that houses 100, I think it's like 250 million people, something like that. Like, you cut that shit out. Oh yeah, thank you. That's a much bigger one.
I was gonna say, I just really enjoyed the massive space station as you
Well,
posted
like,
a picture that was
hold on,
like
actually,
200 by
we
100 pixels.
we can kind of get a good scale here. If you look at the picture at the bottom of the space station, you see a ship, right? You see that little ship right there?
Bottom
Hmm.
left. That's us.
Bottom. That's not you. That's a ship 3 times your size.
Big.
So we are actually the littler ship that is next to that ship.
I
Yes.
found a map.
You found a map?
Yeah.
We could be the one
mean,
on the left side of the
fan art,
image.
but
Anyways,
Yeah.
you see Port Wander in all its glory, a massive ancient space station. I guess by this scale, several hundred kilometers across, home to between 100 to 300 million people, plus another 500,000 transient souls coming in and out of the Coronus Expanse, and your ship docks without an issue because your crew. Actually, does your ship dock without an issue? Would anyone like to try and dock the ship, or are y'all just gonna let the crew do it?
What would
I'm
we
the fucking
roll?
captain. I don't deck my own shit.
It would be a piloting check.
I wouldn't trust myself to do it.
I don't do that.
Actually, can any of you try to dock? Because piloting is an advanced skill.
No.
Excellent. Let's go. Let's see what the crew does. Let's see how the crew does. Lesser Evil. Character sheet. I should just have this open. I should stop closing it. Ship. A maneuver, please. With a this is an easy check with a plus 20 modifier. Anytime you want to catch up, roll 20.
There's a button for this. I don't know if you pushed it on the Lesser Evils thing.
I did. I hit maneuver.
Roll 20. You want to do something there?
Did it pop something up?
It did, but and then I hit all the buttons and
Roll 20 in it.
okay. Well, you know what? 1D 100. There we go. Oh fuck!
It's just like a fucking
We didn't need to roll this.
When in doubt, do that shit manually.
Have we-
indicators.
have
It's
we-
very important.
Crashed.
I mean, you've definitely done something.
Don't you fucking kill us on our first journey out when we didn't even fucking roll it. Don't you dare.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? We're just gonna ignore that happened. No, we won't ignore it. Your ship is fine. Port Wander, however, has to reroute you. Takes you about 2 hours to a different docking bay because your crew accidentally crippled docking bay 357.
Well, it sounds like a problem with Docking Bay 357.
So 2 hours later than you intended, you are docked. Your ship is being refueled, complimentary of your patriarch, who is currently waiting for you deep inside Port Wander in the medical facilities. Oh, God. I wish this picture were bigger.
which one?
The map you found. Oh, it is actually
It's
pretty big.
gigantic.
Yeah, it's 3,000 by something pixels. It's not the smallest.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Give me half a
Put
second.
this into roll 20. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yay. I can't see the medical thing listed though.
Save image as Port Wander. Click. Upload. Choose. You know, I looked up Port Wander actually, and I could not find a map. So it's very interesting that you just found one this fast. Is this even a PNG?
It's a JPEG.
It should let you upload a JPEG anyway.
I've also just pasted it in there with the URL so people can put that in their browser if they prefer.
Yeah, I got the big version.
It does not appear to want to let me do a JPEG.
That's annoying.
Do I
Anyway.
look like I know what a JPEG is?
Well, if everybody would open the thing,
Everybody.
Yeah.
I don't see any medical facilities.
Yeah, they don't appear. You know what? It would probably be in the halls of the Mechanicus. The Mechanicus are, generally speaking, the best doctors in any room they happen to be in.
Oh god, so we're out in the sort of northeast and they're just south of the middle.
Yes.
Terrifying.
So it's going to be it's a bit of a walk. It's a bit of a walk to get there.
Wait, we're walking? I thought it was several kilometers across. Is there not public transport?
Yeah, there's the shuttle bays we could go from.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I guess you could step off your ship, head to the shuttle bay, and take a shuttle to where do the shuttle bays go?
Well, I think that's convenient. If we had landed in the primary docks, it would have been a much farther walk over to the shuttle bay.
It would have been a much further walk.
By a labyrinth moment. Oh, thank goodness she didn't turn right. That would have took her straight to the castle.
Who all is coming with Vin to meet up with ye old grandfather?
Well, there's a Captain What?
What?
How is my relationship with young grandfather?
You have so he is a little over 900 years your senior. He's been retired 4 times, and every single time he's retired, about a decade later he's been forced out of retirement because whoever he picked to take over the family fucked it up royally. So
not very good at choosing successors then.
Shush.
Like a series of wrestling retirements. Like, I'm quote unquote retired.
Your relationship with him is cordial but strained because he's put a lot of pressure on you in the last decade or so. He's a very stern, exacting man, and he's not exactly super like warm. He's not a nice person to be around for extended periods of time.
Gotcha.
That's just Mechanicus for you.
That's just Mechanicus. I'm gonna go look real impressive. Fetch me my flash-looking navigator and my bruiser from below deck. I'm not gonna take my Wolfman and the guy who is still working out how to put his clothes on. They'll take
Right.
those two.
All right. So you two get a shuttle bay to head to the inner sanctions, the inner sanctum of the Mechanicus, the halls of the Mechanicus. Malkador and Claude, what are you two going to be up to while this is going on?
I notice that Port Wander seems to be on the very eastern portion of the map. Is there like space, like inhabited space beyond this, or are we just like on the edge of the universe as has been currently mapped?
If you go coreward, that is actually where the Calixis sector is. So like the further east you go, actually the more civilized the galaxy becomes.
Oh, so this is like the gateway to the center of the universe.
More like the edge of the universe. You see
I
these
thought
two
this was
like
coreward.
yes, east is coreward.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Terra is?
Yes.
Oh, I was talking about like going from
West.
here to here. You are traveling inward. We're talking about going. Do we come from the east or the west?
You came from the east.
Oh, okay. We're heading into this area. Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, so
This-
we're heading out onto the edge of space.
Yes. So you see these two big like energy cloud looking things?
That's a
Yeah.
warp storm.
These are warp storms. You can travel through them with warp travel, but it imposes a like -90 to your navigation check, and the chances of survival are basically 0. Which is why, for a very long time, the Coronus Expanse has been essentially cut off from the rest of the galaxy, because these two storms used to be one storm that passed through this whole area.
Oh, good.
But
How?
the middle section has recently opened up, and now the Expanse is once again available for loot and plunder.
How recently was that?
Within the last 50 years.
Oh wow.
That's not bad.
Okay.
I'm assuming we've been out west before.
Yeah, a little bit. You've never gone past you've been inside the Ragged World. You've been operating inside the Ragged Worlds section and the Winter Scales realm area. Everywhere else is new.
Neat. I think Claude is going to use the pretense of gathering intel to find himself a bar perched precariously on the very edge of the station. I'm talking like there's a flat wall and the bar is like a greeble sticking out of that wall with like the feet that come down underneath fucking the house in the third A Series of Unfortunate Events book style. So he can just stare out into the edge of space.
Excellent. Malkador, are you going with Claude to the bar, the Edge of Eternity?
Yes, I would go to the bar. Probably take a out of the block and just look up and be like, "Oh, shit, that's a lot of people. No, I can do this. I can. We're going to the bar. It's fine. I can do this." And he's going to take a deep breath and make his way out with Claude to the bar.
All right. I imagine that what we do over with Ye Old Grandfather will take a little bit longer. So we're gonna resolve the bar thing first. So, Claude, you find a drinking hole situated on the northern edge of the space station, just a little bit, actually, pretty close to the main shuttle bay. And when you step inside, it is a bustling, uh, just a bustling swarm of bodies, uh, packed wall to wall with voidfarers, traveling merchants, imperial guardsmen off duty for the first time in a decade, and you even see uh, a couple people who may or may not be aliens. Who's to say? Not you. You're not paying that much attention, unless you are.
No, Claude's looking for the. I'm assuming this is one of those bars that's just a lot of very narrow spaces as they've like gently built more bar quite modularly. So there's a lot of like corridors and rooms and weird bits. Claude is looking for one of those awkward small bits with a window where no one else is really sitting because it's too small to socialize. So he can go and stare out the window and just look at space for a while because looking at space makes his brain go quiet.
Excellent. Yeah. You do see a bit of nice open real estate on the far side of the bar. Unfortunately, in order to get to it, you are going to need to. Let me pull up the skill list real fast. You are going to need to navigate through the crowd.
I feel like I have a thing about
Should have taken
crowds.
the
Oh
navigator.
no, I can blend into crowds. That's not the same thing.
You're gonna have to. It's up to you how you do it. You could just barrel through them if you wanted to. If you wanted to be fucking rude, you could hit me with like a carouse and like dance your way through it.
Hmm. Is carouse a like socializing skill?
It actually looks like it's listed as toughness, which is kind of funny.
I definitely don't want to use that then. My toughness is very low.
Oh, okay. Carouse in this isn't talking to people. Carouse is specifically drinking and doing drugs. Then I think maybe like a charm.
Yeah. I'll politely shuffle my way through in a way that is not going to offend anyone or draw the ire of anyone who might want to keep me away from my beautiful, glorious window seat.
All right, go ahead and roll charm with an additional +10, because this is it's routine. Like you know, you're the kind of person who knows their way around a crowd specifically to avoid the crowd.
Okay. So should I tick the little +10 box and then
Nah,
roll?
just hit the roll button and then it'll have a little pop up that says modifier.
Okay, and then I put +10 in there.
Yeah.
Cool. Oof.
Oof. Negative degrees of success. You do not pass. You kind of you give them the good old Hive World shuffle as you get into this bit, and then as you're about halfway through the crowd, did Hive World shuffle kill somebody?
Not me. So.
Oh. Hello?
You good, Kate?
My Wi-Fi is fine, so in theory, her Wi-Fi should be fine. She's also muted.
give him the good old Hive World Shuffle, and you get about halfway through, and then the music in the bar shifts ever so slightly, and an attractive Eldar lady grabs your wrist and says something in Eldar that you can't quite catch, and now you're dancing with her. Malkador, Malky, what are you up to in the bar?
Malgador makes his way straight up to the bar and slams both hands on the bar. Hail, barkeep! Blessings of the Emperor be with you.
Blessings of the Emperor.
This may be somewhat of a long throw, but do you have any Phoenician ale?
You know what? We have a roll for that. Give me a D100. Your number to get below is 49.
D100. 94, the exact opposite.
Ooh, you know, I can tell from your accent that this is gonna hit you hard, but we actually I just cracked open the last case a month ago, and we're not getting another delivery from Fenris until he looks at a non-existent watch on his wrist. It's gonna be about a decade.
Oh,
maybe
you're
2.
joking.
Well,
You know what? That's fine. He doesn't want me to have it, clearly. Just give me whatever your strongest drink is and put a couple of drops of engine oil on the top. That'll be close enough.
Oh, got some Mechanicus tastes in you. I can respect that. And he turns around and he pulls down a bottle of. It doesn't have a label on it. It's clear liquor. He pops the top, and even though he's behind the bar and you're in front of the bar and he's got his back to you, as soon as it's open, your Fenrisian olfactory sense, which is slightly better than the standard humans, picks up the distinct tinge of like incredibly high proof alcohol. Like, it stings just to smell it, and he pours out a shot and then grabs like a grimy rag that he was using to presumably clean whatever weapon he has under the counter and squeezes out some gun oil into it and then passes it to you.
Malky puts his nose to it, takes a tiny, tiny little sip.
It hurts.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, keep them coming.
You're gonna have to make a carouse. You're gonna
How do I do that?
it's a skill. It's a.
yeah. Carousing. Carouse. Yeah, I am completely untrained in it, which would make sense. Carouse. No modifiers or anything, just straight up.
Actually, you're not trained in it, but you are Fenrisian and you're used to drinking with Space Marines, so I will give you a +10 to this.
Cool. +10. What did I get?
You get about, the music's pumping, you're doing your shots, you're watching Claude in the middle of the fucking in the middle of the dance floor getting chatted up by like a weird looking human with elf ears. You don't know what that's about. And you get about 3 or 4 shots in, and you're tanked. Like I said, you ran with Space Wolves for like a really long time, and you've still never had anything even like half as strong as what this barkeep is giving you.
Yeah, I'm just sort of just leaning against this, watching him dance, going, look at this void bastard. He dances like a fish.
Dances like a fish. Are you gonna make your way to the fucking to the dance floor and show him how it's done? Give him the good old.
No, it's far too crowded for me. I don't like don't like a lot of people. See, where I grew up, if there was too many people, you could always go outside and there'd be no people, and you could have peace and quiet. But you don't get that around here.
What's that supposed to mean? Uh,
You know, sometimes a man's supposed to be by himself.
you say that drunkenly to the bartender, who is just gladly taking your gelt. Gelt is imperial money, by the way. Who's just gladly taking your gelt, and like at this point he realizes how fucked up you are, and like each of your drinks at this point is like half water. But he's still absolutely willing to charge you full price.
I taste a little bit and I go, are you thinning these, boy?
Only because I don't want to have to haul your corpse out of here at the end of the night.
No, that's fine. I was gonna suggest though.
Cool. You doing okay? You seem a little peaked. A little
I'm grand. I'm absolutely fine, pal. I drank with Space Marines, you know.
Right. Yeah. Space Marines.
Yes, the wolves, the finest.
I don't think take what I say with a grain of salt. I don't know any space wolves, but I don't think not exactly a whole lot of people who call them the finest. You know, I mean, Ultramarines exist.
Bunch of pansies.
Ultramarines.
Following our codex Astartes. Oh, we've got to do everything by the book. We've got to do what the book says. We can't think for ourselves.
Yeah. I think you feel someone's hand on your shoulder, and when you get spun around, there's like a guardsman in like Cadian green khakis, like pointing up into your face because you're a fucking Fenrisian human. You're like baseline 6 foot because you're fucking huge. And he's like, you better take their fucking name out of your mouth. You know, Ultramarines are the best there is. They're the finest the Imperium has to offer. Bring his balls.
Lore question.
What's up?
At this point, has Cadia fallen?
Yes.
Oh fuck!
good
You
question.
don't want to fuck with this guy.
Oh, okay.
He does not like. Yeah, he's not a fan.
He's not a fan.
Is Malky aware that Cadia has fallen?
Question: what does that mean?
Okay, so Cadia was a fortress planet that produced some of the finest Imperial Guard members ever for a very long time, until a demon prince ran a dark crusade and sieged the planet, and then sieged the planet to the point where the planet broke in half.
Fair enough.
And the Space Wolves were also involved with that.
Yeah, the Space Wolves were trying to stop it, but didn't succeed. So the Cadians have like a bit of a fucking a bit of a grudge. Also, if you ask a Cadian about the Siege of Cadia, you'll get one of two responses. You'll either get them breaking into fucking just distraught tears, or they'll tell you, and this is my favorite line in Warhammer lore ever, the planet broke before the Guard did.
Fuck yeah, they did.
Because even as the planet was falling to pieces around them, the fucking Imperial Guard, these regular-ass humans with fucking laser guns and flak armor, never stopped shooting. They did not abandon their post, even as their post crumbled to dust.
Legends, one and all.
Well, now they're dead. So
Nah, they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a very limited number of Cadians in the universe now because Cadia is gone. And one of them is currently picking a fight with Malky in the bar.
And Malky is going to. You said he was pointing up because he's like quite shorter than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malky's just gonna put his wee glass on the bar and just turn around and stand as close to the guy as he can possibly stand and just look straight down at him. And he's just gonna say, "Let me ask you a question, brother. How many Space Marines have you actually met?"
I've fought with the Angels of Death before. On
With him.
on 3 different fronts.
Is that right? With
Yeah.
the Ultramarines.
Every one of them.
So you've never met a Space Wolf?
I don't think I need to.
Let me ask you another question. You ever heard of the Second Legion?
No?
There's a reason for that, and it lives on Fenris. Now, understand you're Acadian. You're probably very highly strung right now. I respect that. But you can have your opinion, and I can have mine, without incident.
The Cadian looks behind him at the table he came from, where he's got like 4 more of his buddies all wearing Cadian greens, and he looks at you in your Fenrisian attire, and he says, "Well, I think my opinion's got a little bit more weight in this situation." And as he says that, what? No,
as he says that,
as he says that, his buddies stand up from their table, and like one of them cracks his knuckles, well, it would be menacing, except you grew up on Fenris.
Malky is going to turn and look at them and just go and turn to the barkeep and say, "Give these boys each one of what I'm drinking right now. It's on me, lads."
Damn, I thought we were gonna get into it. He kind of sidles up to the bar, looking at you out of the side of his eye, and he takes a shot, and he's just like, "Is there oil in this? Why is there oil in this?"
Of course there's oil in it. How else are you going to get the taste?
I think he puts it back, and he looks at you, and he just says, "God, you Fenrisians are fucking weird. Come on, we're not doing this today. We're not. This is he's not worth our time, boys. There are other bars." And he and his crew start to pack up, and one of them like throws a rude gesture at you behind his back as they leave.
He's
Barkeep
a Cheerio.
points in these fucking wimps. The Clodamiro, you are currently, despite your best efforts, in the iron grip of a Lady Eldar. She's saying shit at you in a language you can't understand, but she really likes this music, and it seems like she really likes you.
I feel like at this point, Claude has just regressed into his best trying to deal with upper management thing, which is to be very quiet, unassuming, and boring until they get bored and go away. It's like how you deal with bears.
Cool. You know what? Roll Claude, let me take a gander at the skills real fast. That's gonna be go ahead and roll a deceive for me, I guess.
Sure.
Minus 10.
No. 0.7.
All right. No degrees of success, but you did succeed. You dance with her, you kind of nod along as she says things in Eldar. But you've got like kind of a vacant expression on your face, and after a couple songs she gets bored and like switches off to a different partner, and you finally make it to your nice quiet corner of the bar with a giant plate glass window looking out of the north end of Port Wander into the vast empty black of space.
Oh my god. Claude he's not even going to bother finding a chair. He's just going to like press up against the window with both hands and like forehead against the glass and just stare. And it's just not going to move.
Excellent. I am gonna
A lot of this is based off the fact that either our ship doesn't have a lot of windows because I feel like looking into the warp is bad, or our ship does have windows, but we haven't been using them because looking into the warp is bad. Because from what little I understand of the warp, I have to assume staring at it is bad.
Staring at it is generally not something most people want to do, but also ships do have windows. They have ports and stuff.
So
The
I
biggest-
then have to assume that when you going into the warp mode, if you have a well-designed ship, all of the windows close.
Yeah, generally speaking. The only window that stays open is the one on the bridge, and the only reason it's open is so that ye navigator can navigate.
And it's fine. The navigator's
I get to
eyes are
look.
fucked up anyway, so they
Yeah.
probably it's
I
it's fine.
I get to look. Yeah, no, you stand there, staring out of this giant plate glass window into real space, for about 5, maybe 10 minutes before you realize that the bartender has come by, and has actually left you a drink and a chair. And you and Malkador spend some time doing bar stuff.
Yeah, I feel like if Malkador makes the mistake of trying to engage Claude in conversation, it will mostly be space focused, and him just being like, "Isn't that inky blackness just the most relaxing, peaceful thing you have ever seen?" And it's going to get weird and unsettling very quickly. And given that they already know each other, I'm assuming he already knows this. So I think Malky's going to very carefully keep away from Claude because he may be a zealotous devotee of the God Emperor, but my God, the way this man gets buzzing off of space is fucking weird.
Yeah, he's gonna like once he gets into his staring slump, he's just gonna be like, yeah, I'll leave him be.
For your own sake.
Best to just leave
Yeah,
him to it.
For my own sanity more than anything.
All right. As you settle into your different seats and your different vices, we move over to the halls of the Mechanicus, where a senior priest biologist, which is a kind of tech priest who does meat stuff, is waiting for you. Names are hard, Vin. Kind greetings. We have been waiting for you.
Of course. Deepest respects.
Appreciative response. Your grandfather is this way. Please follow me.
Of course. And as she starts to stride, she half turns her head over her shoulder and talks to the two who are behind her. Says, "It's the usual presentation protocol. Behave appropriately."
Of course.
And then she is going
Bertram
to.
kind of like rushes off and straightens up, like, "Oh no, I don't do. All right, we're right here.
Why did we bring him?
Do I look okay, Navi?"
Looks at him. He looks the same as he always looks.
Yep, no shades.
He's flexing a little harder.
Yeah.
Listen, he's trying his hardest. It's okay. He's
Scrolls
supportive.
up to see what this guy looks like. Ugh.
He
Yo,
definitely looks.
Yeah, I did take the Sex Pistols reject to the meeting with the authority figure. That did happen.
The navigator is like, you'll probably be fine.
Thank you, Navi.
Gives our captain a look like,
You are led through the twisting, winding corridors of the halls of the Mechanicus. You see as you walk through it, you pass by dozens of tech acolytes and priests, each milling about, performing some kind of, you assume, science, because that's what tech priests do. Unfortunately, the arcane, esoteric rituals they perform are wildly beyond any of you. And after about 30 minutes of walking, you are led down a long corridor, empty except for some crates and boxes, to a room hidden away in the deepest depth of the hall. And when the door opens, you see your many times great grandfather, Elias Elrahith, an ancient, desiccated man, who is sat on a wide, plush-looking bed with a variety of machines hooked up to him to keep him alive. Because at this point, he's gone through so many rejuvenation surgeries that even the Mechanicus are struggling to keep this man walking.
Greetings, Grandpa.
Then it does these old bones good to finally see you in real space.
It's a joy and a treasure.
Give me one
No.
second.
No.
Save. Click. Edit. Remove. Click. Open.
a Mechanicus nearby is changing settings.
Save changes. Save.
Get off and on again.
No, that's a person. Don't switch it off. That's cool.
Sometimes you just need to do a little reset.
Hard reset.
I won't waste your time, Vin. I am dying. The Emperor, in his infinite wisdom, has seen fit to call me back to his light, and so your training, though you are not yet ready, must come to an end. He motions with his hand, and one of the nearby tech priests, one who is wearing the sigil of your rogue trader dynasty, So, assumably, your great grandfather's explorator strides forward on his mechanical spider legs and hands you a doohickey, a device, a gizmo.
Thank you, Graham, for this
Uh,
holy gizmo.
no. When I finally pass on, this device will activate, and with it, you will be able to access a vault hidden away on my ship. Inside that vault, you will find mostly money, but also the original copy of our dynasty's warrant of trade. You as a rogue trader from a large dynasty are aware that what you have is not actually a warrant of trade. You have a writ of trade, which is a copy.
Mm-hmm.
It has all the same privilege tied to it, but with the caveat that anyone who knows what they're looking at will know that you are not the head of the family, that you are a scion. Holding the original is it's just much more official.
Big fucking deal.
It's a very big deal. I expect the ship has been in my
Vin looks minorly concerned, like he might die before he's finished departing this wisdom, but says very little.
in my when my health began to fade, I had the ship scuttled in the warp to hide it. Someone has been hunting our family. I'm sure you recall the massacre of insert planet name here. Get back to you on that.
Your mind is failing.
Mind is
Gunther.
failing.
You recall, you remember.
You recall. I've retired 4 times now, Vin, and every time I've had to come back. So I had the ship scuttled, hid it away in the warp, and when I die, a device on board the ship tied to my vitals will trigger the ship to re-enter real space. I will admit my mind is failing me as the day draws closer. You will have to find the ship.
I see. Have you any... Is this the last one of your tests, Grandfer?
I wish I could say it was, but this is the real deal. You are in the shit now.
You did say I would one day be in the real shit. It is a holy honor to be there.
I will tell you, I do have some allies left in the Expanse, loyal to their word. In orbit around the planet Lucen's Breath, you will find an imperial fleet. The commandant of that fleet is an old friend and may yeah, you see the little thing, fleet name, fleet, Imperial Fleet here. If you go to her, she might have more information on where the ship has or on where the ship will appear. The sensors on her flotilla are finely tuned. She has some of the best Mechanicus agents in the Imperium working under her. In addition to that, southwards, trailing down in the Foundling world, I've heard tell of an Imperial governor with an interest in arcane technologies who might be able to aid you in your search. You'll find him on planet Retamaron. That's a name. That's a fucking name. And finally, a dirty secret that stains our name even to this day. One of my contacts from early in my career I should have my fucking notes open for this if I'm going to tell you names.
Granfer, why would you say these things?
Hold on. Tech priest voice. One moment.
Calculating.
Recalibrating.
Lean forward, and in the captain's here, like, do you want to find a different priest? Because I don't think he's taking very good care of your granddad. Just saying.
The navigator leans in and is like, "It's hard to take care of a guy who is this fucked up."
Yeah, I know. Like, that's real fucked up. It's fucked up.
900 will do that to you.
Fucked up.
All right. Very early in my career, when I was just founding our dynasty, I made contact with a freebooter orc named Truck Nazgul.
We've all made mistakes, Granfer. I don't need to.
And I have maintained contact with him. He will also possibly be able to aid you in your search, and you will find him in orbit around the planet Damarith.
His name is Truck Granfer?
Yes, TRUK.
Yep. Okay.
Truck Snazskull. Here, I'll paste.
That's right, Granfer. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. When we see Truck Granfer, should we tell him anything specific from you? Your last words, as it were.
An inventory. Yes. Tell him that he owes me a fucking leg. And as he says that, one of the fucking sprockets on his bionic leg pops out and fucking like beans a tech acolyte in the fucking back of the head.
I love that it can do that on command.
Yeah, Vin looks absolutely completely nonplussed. This has happened before. It will happen again.
It's one of his favorite party tricks.
Birdie laughs for a second but stops. But it was pretty funny. Laughing at the adept, not at the sprocket bit.
Your aim is improving, Granfer.
I meant to hit the other one.
No one needed to know.
No one needed to know. Unless you have any further questions, I am tired.
Granfer, before I go and see Truck and his dark secret and smirch on our family name, would you like to give me some insight into what it is I'm walking into?
Specifically in regards to truck?
Yes. But also, when you say it like that, Grandpa, I'm open to anything that you say.
Well, I mean,
For 900 years, you've guided this family. Your expertise is invaluable.
when you meet truck, make sure you have Bertrand with you. Orcs respect strength more than they respect anything else. You won't be able to sweet talk him, but if your man over there can break a few teeth, crush a few skulls, it'll go a long way.
I can definitely
not
do that for
certain
you,
he-
Captain.
I'm not certain he's truck type, but he'll make a good impression.
When you visit the fleet, don't get me wrong, Vin. You've put together a healthy crew, a good crew, solid, dependable. Maybe try to tone down the anti-government shit when you go to visit the Imperial fleet and the Imperial governor.
Grandpa, we've spoken about this before. Anti-disestablishmentarianism is the true way.
That's a big
Follow
word.
your path, granddaughter.
Yes, Grandpa. I was hoping for one more rousing debate on the merits of the ecclesiastic. I see my task is laid ahead of me. She looks out of the corner of her eye just to watch this reaction and see how serious this shit really is now. He says he's close. How bad is this?
As you're feigning to turn away and watching out of the corner of your eye, you see your grandfather kind of almost deflate. He's tired. He's bone deep tired. This is a man who's lived several lifetimes longer than he should have had to. Each time he was pulled out of retirement meant another rejuvenation surgery. Each time he was pulled out of retirement meant another 150 years spent adventuring in a galaxy that wanted him dead.
She's gonna start to take several steps out and then kind of stop dramatically. Bit of a cape flesh. Grandpa, just one more thing. And then she turns on her heel and points at literally everyone in the room. It says, "Get out."
I mean, the tech priests are fucking gone. The only thing.
The navigator points at herself.
You two as well. Wait outside.
Oh, it. Captain said to go. I was already out the door.
Mm-hmm. Just making sure, Captain steps out.
The only thing left in the room that isn't you and your grandfather is a medical servo skull that is suddenly doing the job of 4 tech priests.
So she's gonna walk up. She's gonna walk up to the side of Grandpa's bed, and she's gonna lean down and put her mouth real close to his ear and say, "If you would prefer a quick death, you ask it of me, and you shall have it."
You're a good kid, Vin. But that's not necessary. I died 20 minutes before you walked into this room. And the servo skull that's been floating about stops midair, and a small vial is ejected out of the back of it into your hand. Your grandfather was administered 100 times the lethal dose of space morphine before you got here.
She's gonna lean down and she's gonna put her forehead against his forehead. And then she's gonna say, "Do you want me to stay?"
I don't need you to see me like this. Not any
Yes.
longer than necessary.
Then I saw nothing, Grandpa. And she's gonna turn and she's just gonna leave.
All right. Before we move to the next scene, Claude and Bertrand.
Eh?
Sorry, fuck. Claude and Malkador.
Eh.
You have been in the bar now for about an hour or so. For timeline wise, you went to the bar, they got a shuttle, and then it took them 3 hours on a shuttle to cross the ship, to cross to the port. So you're still 2 hours, 2 hours before they've even got there. But you've been at the bar for about an hour now. Malkador, the bartender, has fully stopped serving you alcohol. Every time you raise your hand for a drink, he gives you like a little fucking soda.
It's a good idea.
Birch, the names, Claude, you're sitting on this really uncomfortable bar stool. Have you even touched the first drink?
I think he keeps almost remembering to do it, but he just sort of like vaguely reaches over where he thinks the drink is, doesn't quite find it because that would mean looking away from the window, and then gives up because looking out at the window is nicer. So no, Claude has not Claude has not touched his drink.
Cool. It's been about an hour. You know, the
Nice.
bar stools are uncomfortable. The music is it's not really the music either of you listen to, really. You know, Malkador, you're from Fenris. You grew up with like, you know, heavy chant, rushing drum beats, you know, old school, old earth music. And Claude, you grew up on a hive world. Like,
Was music allowed?
no, see, that's the thing, is music was allowed, but there were only like five musicians whose songs played basically on repeat because they were the musicians famous on your world, from your world.
Right.
And they're not playing any of that. Full disclosure, I am offering the two of you an opportunity to make your way to the halls of the Mechanicus so you can be involved in the next scene. Because the next scene is gonna be important.
Yeah,
Neat.
now that I've stopped being served, I think Malky's gonna look at the time and be like, we should probably go over there.
I think Claude won't automatically do that. But at this point knows his deal well enough to have set himself an alarm on his glowy sci-fi glove that does things.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as we hit the 1 hour mark of staring out at the majesty of the void, his glove beeps and he puts it on snooze. And then after the third time of putting it on snooze, he's like, "Oh, fuck it, fine, okay."
All right, cool. Go ahead and You can both make this check if you want. Go ahead and give me a just a toughness check.
Oh,
To see how tired you are. Oh boy.
oh no.
All right, cool.
I
Cool,
like to
cool,
roll
cool,
with
cool.
any degree of success in this game, actually.
You did roll with success. You're the only person who's rolled success.
Yeah, I guess
Like-
0.7.
Yeah, what does the number go up to? 10?
It depends on what your starting number is. You get a degree of success for every 10 below your target you are, and a degree of failure for every 10 above your target you are. But that's okay. That's okay.
To be
That's
fair,
fine.
you were dancing with an Eldar. Like that, for a normal human, very strenuous.
Very strenuous. Listen, the Eldar two-step is a fucking nightmare to learn, and involves way more joints than a human being has. So,
Yeah, fair.
all right. Vin, as you step out of the room back into this hallway, you see that the tech priests are gone. The Dark Eldar two-step is something completely different. Ooh, the Dark Eldar two-step involves some fucking knives and shit. You don't want to do that. You never want to do the Dark Eldar two-step.
The first and second step of the Eldar 2-step are pain.
Pain.
Sorry, what were you saying?
You step out into the hallway, and the tech priests are gone. You see that the Navigator and Bertrand are in a bit of a standoff with another rogue trader.
Uh-oh. Who's this?
Do I know this?
He's claiming Stacy's home. He's claiming to be he's claiming to be the rightful heir to the warrant of trade, to the El Rahith dynasty.
Do I know his face?
Roll an intelligence check. Difficulty -10.
How deep is this guy rolling with backup?
I figured we're like blocking the door. Oh, he's got a whole...
Did I roll that correctly? I just hit intelligence and roll.
Did you do the -10?
To modifier? No.
Well, that's okay. You still rolled low enough that you would succeed. It's just not with a degree of success. Give me a second to pull characters out who need to be out. So
At some point, you need to show me how you would like me to roll that in the future. Because just clicking on intelligence doesn't ask me for that. It just goes roll and then...
Oh, does it just flat roll?
It asks me for a modifier.
Yeah, okay. So, that's fine. You just would have inputted -10 into modifier because it was a slightly difficult roll. I don't have a token for him because he's not actually going to be part of this fight, but you are not for long. Yeah, he's got some people. Yeah, you vaguely recognize this person. This what's that? Oh, donuts. This man is your fourth cousin on your mother's side of the family, and he was disinherited because he was implicated in the death of the previous heir. Nothing was proven, but the implication alone was enough that he was disinherited. He was disallowed from the opportunity to become a proper rogue trader.
Ah.
So, Cotton, you walk up and Lily goes, now look, we can do this the easy way or the fun way. Now, fuck off.
She's gonna continue to stride past Bertie for the moment, just by 2 steps, and come to a halt and go, ah, it's Fuckface the Nameless. Is there a reason you're soiling this area of space, or am I just particularly unfortunate?
Don't fucking mess around with me. I know the old man's dying, and I'm here for what's mine.
She's gonna reach to her belt, pull her sword out, and go, I did say that if I ever saw you again, I'd kill you for being a murderous little shitbag. I did say that. I think I even put it in my log, and she's going to have to into her navigator and go, do you recall I dictated to the log very specifically what I do with traitorous scum who betray the family?
The navigator brings it up on the little pad on her arm. It's like, it says here you were going to blow his head off and then space whatever was left.
Ah, you're right. She puts her sword away and pulls out her gun and said, that is exactly what I had in mind. Get the fuck out of my way. Now.
You level your gun at him. He smirks.
I would like to really try to intimidate this man. Like, I would like to social skill my way out of this before I shoot at him.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and try and roll intimidate. It'll be an opposed check against his willpower.
Oh, this is not my best skill. I thought it came off fellow.
Intimidate is strength. Intimidate is
it has a drop down for other ones. It's the only one that does. I don't know why.
What are the drop downs?
Intelligence and fellowship.
Oh, then go ahead and do a fellowship. If that's a better one for you.
I am trying to be quite strategic about what I'm saying. Can I use intelligence, please?
I'll allow it.
Thank you. So you wanted what as my modifier?
No modifier for this one because it's an opposed check.
Gotcha.
It's just whichever one of you rolls better.
Well, that doesn't look good.
He smirks at you. And as he does, and as you level the gun at him, in your other hand, the gizmo, the little doohickey, it lights up and begins a slow, steady beep. Oh. Looks like the old man's already gone.
Now,
that must mean
would you know that?
You're holding a dead man's trigger attached to a warp tracker. I'm not an idiot, cousin.
That is so debatable.
You want me to just kill him, Captain?
And then he draws his.
I was going to say, no, I want him to realize just how wrong he is, and then I want you to kill him. And then she's going to put it in her pocket so he can't look at it anymore.
He draws his pistol almost faster than you can track. And I need you to make an opposed weapon skill test.
How do I do that?
You're just going to roll your weapon skill.
Bet.
On your oh boy.
So negative is bad is what I'm understanding.
All right, it's not as bad as he got. You rolled a fucking natural 100. He draws his gun, faster than you can track, has a bead on you, pulls the trigger, and his pistol jams. And yours doesn't.
Excellent.
But before the bullet can connect, it hits a refractive field of energy just inches above his skin that flashes warp purple, and he disappears in a micro warp jump.
Cabinet.
That sounds safe.
That sounds sick. It's great.
Do-
It's perfectly.
Do I have any idea what just happened? As
Yeah, actually, as a navigator, he has a warp field. He has a warp displacer field. It's a kind of energy armor that when you take damage or would take damage, instead of blocking it like a power field does, it moves you out of the way.
So, just for flavor, as soon as he vanishes, there's just a chainsaw right where his head would have been. Because he
And
drew
we
on
are-
the captain, so I swung on him.
Yeah, and we are gonna roll initiative.
did he intend for that to happen, or was that because his
He
roll was so
fully
bad?
expected. He fully expected to kill
Oh.
Vin. The warp field was a safety measure because you never go into a fight. You never fight fair. That's the first rule of being a rogue trader: is you never fight fair.
Where does one find
Truly is an
the
idiot.
initiative on the...
In your combat tab,
Ah.
at the bottom, below like your jumping and stuff.
Oh, I see. Oh, I need to select my token.
Yeah, remember to select your tokens when you roll initiative.
Where is it? Roll initiative.
Yep. Claude and Malky, you two can also roll initiative, but you guys aren't going to come in until round 2.
Okay.
Your tokens
so
are at the
where's the
bottom of
initiative
the
again?
hallway.
Oh, that's not good.
Sorry,
that's
where am I
very
going
good.
for initiative?
On your combat tab at the bottom
Bottom
of
right.
your bottom right.
Oh yeah, roll initiative. Got it.
No, it's doing the usual.
Query.
attempted to
Not
use
that
a
it made
rope
it.
button.
Not that it made any difference.
What's up?
But I rolled weapon skill from the top bar. Should I have actually rolled a weapon attack?
Would it have made a difference?
I mean, probably not. But just so I know.
In the future, you roll a weapon attack.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
All right, we've got Claude, Malky. All right, so let's sort that by descending. To keep it simple for me, all of these guys are gonna go after you guys because they're just mercenary goons. They aren't even rogue trader crew. They're just people who own guns that your cousin hired on the station. So they're not even like real soldiers. So Vin, you are up first. So the way combat works is on your turn, you can take any number of free actions, 2 half actions, or 1 full action.
Okay.
And if you go to the combat section of the game, there will be a list of on page 237, 241 in your PDF reader, there is a table that shows you the different kinds of actions you can take in combat.
Okay. So, I guess it would be a half turn to move myself over here for cover.
Yes, you can move 3. Your agility does allow you to move up to 3 meters as a half action.
Okay, so I'm going to move there as half my action. And for the other half, I can do almost nothing, I guess.
I mean, you can shoot your gun once.
Oh, standard. Standard. I was going down the table. Standard attack is a half action. So let's try rolling this attack and see how this works.
Who are you aiming at?
Oh, from here, I'm aiming at the big motherfucker.
All right, you get plus 10 to shoot that guy because he is a size category higher than normal.
Love that. Let's try attack. Am I half aiming?
No.
I'm taking
So
half a turn.
no, because you took a half action to move and a half action to shoot. You don't have a half action left to aim.
Oh,
you don't take.
Okay. So okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Let's see how this works. Is he in range? Range is S. Short. I
No.
guess?
Hold on. Let me open your sheet. Vin, character sheet. On your hand cannon.
Range is 35.
Yeah, range is 35 meters. So.
Oh yes, 20.
Well, hold on. Point at him for me. He's actually within half range of you, so you get an additional when you roll your attack. You get an additional bonus for that.
Love that. Let's see if I can hit him first, shall we? He's in range. I'm doing a single shot. There are no other modifiers. Whatever that means.
-4 means you did miss very slightly.
Okay.
So
why does it say attack hits?
Hold on. 29.
Minus 0.4 attack hits.
Oh, no, okay, so I guess it does hit, but you didn't get any degrees of success. Gotcha. That's how that's gonna. Alright, so you hit his right arm. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage. I hit him once.
For 7 against. Nope, that's not the right one. All right, so 7 damage. He's got.
It's a penetration of 2, if that makes any difference.
It does. It does.
Plus the bonus that you said earlier.
Bonus?
You said I had a bonus for being within half distance.
Oh, you had a plus 10 to hit him.
Oh, I didn't need it.
Yeah. Well, actually, hold on. That might have made a difference. Because when you hit attack, it asked you if you aimed, and then it asked you range. He was actually in short range, so you had plus 10. So you did actually get a degree of success, which I'm not sure if that does anything for you. No, not on
that. Yeah.
Some weapons have special rules, but it looks like the only special rule for your hand cannon is reliable from being good quality. So the extra degree of success does not provide a benefit this time.
It just means I looked. It means I looked cool. I'm fine with that.
Yes, it means you looked cool. So he takes 2 points of damage after armor pen.
Tight.
Claude is not yet here. Malcador is not yet here. Navigator.
The navigator is going to call down the hallway. You have... How long is a turn?
About 10 seconds.
You have 10 seconds before I melt all of your brains. It will take me a moment to get over to you, but I assure you, you do not want to be there when I get there. And then I'm going to full move behind these, whatever these are.
Those are crates full of medical stuff.
Okay, as long as they're not full of explosives.
No, I've marked. You'll notice that following video game logic, there are some red barrels.
I see. So if I did a full move, which is 6 meters, I don't have the... Is there a chart
for actions?
Yes.
Yeah. In the PDF, here I will click
40...
copy.
Oh, I found it. So what's the action economy?
You get 1 full action or 2 half actions.
Oh, so that was my full to move.
That was your turn.
Okay.
All right. Bertrand.
Gonna look at after the navigator says that and be like, if I don't rip you first, and then just start running straight at him, shield out, just no cover.
All right. Well, hold on here. There is a. Are you?
Wait,
I
where's?
think there's a sprint action, isn't there?
Yes, there is a sprint action.
Is, but I want to charge this big guy.
All right, is he within 9? Is he within your charge
No.
distance?
He is now.
For next turn.
Right now that I've moved. I don't know if because I was here. So with the hexes, I need to.
Yeah,
Is your
can you chunk the hexes into a more
Yeah.
contrasting color, please, Harley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the page menu.
Hexes.
Yeah.
That didn't change it. How do I color of hexes? Black. Save settings.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, there it is. So
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is your movement 6?
That's what it says.
Not
That's
very
a
agile,
full
so-
movement.
Oh, that's your full move. That takes both your half actions.
Right.
That would be your
I
whole
need-
turn.
I need to
Yeah.
get him to charge. He needs to be at minimum 9.
Yeah.
Or 9 is my max range, so he is now just in charge range.
Yeah, for next turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then it is their turn. The Ogryn, the big boy, the Ogryn. For those of you who don't know what that is, Ogryns are a kind of human mutant that follows such an unusually specific and routine mutation that they've actually become their own like species. Essentially. Like every Ogryn is equivalent. They're taller, beefier, stupider humans.
They're ogres.
They're ogres. He sees you, my good friend Bertrand, charging at him with a sword and a shield drawn, and he looks down at his Ripper gun and he's like, all right, bet. And he flips it over, knife side up, and charges back.
Yeah.
He's gonna go doop 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 pew. And he is going to swing with his Ripper gun. Because you do get to make an attack after charging, right? That's how
Yep.
that works.
I assume
Um,
that's how that works, I should say.
The last for me, it must be in a straight line. The attacker. Yes. Okay. Cool. So he is going to make an attack with +10. So he has to beat a 50.
And can I parry with my shield?
He misses. He misses terribly. And he is now blocking line of sight on you against most of his friends because he is an Ogren and he is a fucking idiot. So only one guy can shoot you. He's gonna do He's gonna take a semi-auto fire action against you with his las gun. So he's gonna get +10 to hit. What the fuck is? No, that's not right. That's not the right. Sorry. Give me.
You're fine.
Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna have to beat a 45 with his las gun, and he gets. He hits, but he doesn't get enough degrees of success to do bonus damage. So he's gonna do 1d10 plus las gun damage, which is 3. You take 5 points of damage to your torso. No penetration.
No
So
penetration? My
yeah, so I
body's
imagine-
5.
and you have your shield out.
Yeah.
So no damage.
Yeah,
You shrug it. You shrug it.
That's what I'm here for.
The other 1, 2, 3, 4. The other 5 are going to split their fire even. Well, actually, can they even see the cap? They do not have line of sight on the captain because that is a tall crate. All right, navigator.
Don't you kill my fucking navigator. Don't you dare.
The first guy misses. Well, actually, a 45 does hit, but it doesn't do much. 10 points of damage, navigator, to your torso. No armor penetration.
So my armor is 7. Oh,
So that's only 3 points of damage. And now that someone's taken damage, we can get to the wounds. In this game, you don't tick down your health, you tick up your health. It's a threshold, so to speak. As long as you aren't over your max wounds, you actually haven't taken significant hits yet.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Uh,
Which is why more wounds was better in the beginning. section.
Yeah.
I got you.
All right, so that guy missed. That guy, first guy hit. Next guy misses. Next guy hits twice. So that's gonna be.
Am I getting any kind of cover from this?
I was gonna
Oh,
say, I thought going
yes,
behind
actually.
I
Hold
thought
up,
going behind
you're-
was good.
You are right, actually. Those crates give you an additional 4 armor points.
Oh,
So that first hit shouldn't do any
just
damage.
nullifies completely. Okay.
Yeah. But this next one is 2 hits. They're individually, so that your armor point is going to count twice. So,
That really does go to the defender then if it counts twice.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. A lot of this game is more about, like, using cover and movement to your advantage because most enemies have as little health as you.
Hmm.
So, 2 hits. Why didn't that roll?
You didn't slash roll it.
You gotta, I think it's 2 brackets around it.
Yeah, it is. All right. So 4 and 9, neither of which I think bypass your AP
No.
with cover. That was the third guy. We've got 2 more to go. Slash roll 1d10 plus 3. That's not the right number of L's, Harley. You know how to type. 12 points of damage
1 gets
from
through.
that one. 1 gets through. And then the last guy is actually going to how far is that? That's 16 meters.
Come
Can
and get it,
he-
big boy.
Can he times 3 is 9. He's gonna take a look at the captain diving into cover, and this fucking freakish mutant human who is about to try and fist fight an Ogren, and the navigator who is a navigator, which is a very obvious thing to be because you have to carry around a giant staff that basically says, "Hi, I'm a mutant, but you can't touch me because if you do, I'll send you to hell." And he's gonna say, "Smoke out!" And he pops a smoke grenade right here. Right here. Which creates a funky, fresh circle of smoke, because that is what smoke grenades do. So everything within slash roll 1d10. I fucking missing my thing. Everything within 8 meters of this point. So that's going to be. Can you measure out 8? Yeah, so that's like
from here.
Oh yeah, so it's the whole hallway is obscured in smoke.
Yeah, 8 meters goes all the way out to the barrels there, and the whole part of the hallway.
Damn. All right.
Captain's inside the smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are shooting into or out of or through the smoke, you have a minus 20 to hit. For guns.
Okay.
It doesn't-
From our living in the world, and getting into scraps on the fair regular, do we know how long smoke grenade smoke tends to last?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They usually last about 30 seconds on average. This one will be around for 2 turns.
Okay.
It is your turn again, Vin.
So firing within the smoke at a target that is also within the smoke still takes the same damage penalty. It takes the same aim penalty.
Yes.
Okay. And just for clarification, when it says takes a penalty to BS or plus 20 to BS, what is BS?
That's your ballistic skill. That's your shooting skill.
Okay, bet. So I'm gonna go full auto on
Do you have a gun that can do that?
I don't. Oh, I was just looking at the list of. I was looking at the list of things.
Your only gun is your hand cannon, which only has a single shot rate of fire.
Okay. So my best thing I can do is
you could take a half action to aim to give you plus 10 to hit, so that your total bonus would only be minus 10, or you could spend your whole turn aiming and get plus 20 to hit next turn.
Now let's do a half action aim, and then a half action fire.
All right. Are you aiming at the Ogren again, or are you aiming at these guys?
No, I'm aiming at the Ogren again.
Cool.
You killing Captain. You do it.
No.
Don't you do it.
So he's now in point blank range as well.
So attack, half aim, point blank range, submit, single shot. No other modifiers. Oh no, minus 20, right?
It's 20 from smoke. Oof.
Misses.
It misses, but you don't jam. Not that you could jam anyways, because your gun is reliable. Do make sure to keep track of your bullets spent. Also, your gun fires one because it's single shot only. It only fires one, but you should be down to 3 in your clip.
So you have to
Oh,
reload.
because you put. You go to. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Gotcha.
reloading is a thing.
Okay.
Clodomiro, you stumble onto the scene with Malkador close behind you, and you find a set of goons and motherfuckers setting up 2 heavy weapons platforms behind cover.
Oh, quick question. Do we start right at the bottom of the map or where the terrain begins?
Where the terrain begins, so like up here.
Okay, yeah.
How many shootouts has Claude been in at this point?
Roll a d10 for me. And then Kate, you also roll a d10.
Me.
Yes. You've actually managed to avoid a very large number of most of the shootouts, despite the fact that you've served on Vin's ship for 9 years now, but you've only been in combat 8 times.
Huh.
Mm.
Great.
Now, you are still, you've still been trained. Bertrand has been very, very efficient at making sure that if you need to, you can kill someone. You just not really had to.
Okay. What are these big wooden-looking things?
These? Those are walls.
Cool. Can I go, like, hide next to the wall so I can have some fucking cover? Instead of standing around this open hallway?
So you would know this because you see these these people are actually each setting up a heavy weapons platform. They can't fire back at you this turn. They're setting up weapons facing towards the top of the map that would require actually 2 full turns to unset them up, spin them around, and then reset them up. So you're in no danger.
Okay.
They weren't expecting an attack from the rear.
Claude is going to stare wide-eyed at Malkador and then just raise the gun and shoot at this person.
Cool.
No head empty.
What is the range on your Inferno pistol?
10.
10 meters, yeah.
All right, so you are in range, but you don't gain any benefits. Are you gonna aim first? Because you do have the opportunity to aim first.
Sure, Claude will aim first.
All right, so go ahead and hit the attack button on your Inferno pistol.
And then aim.
For
full aim.
Half aim.
Cool.
And then it should ask you range, and your range is going to be in range, but none of the ones that give you bonuses.
In range 0.
And then it should ask about how many shots you're making. With an Inferno pistol, you can only make one.
Yeah, single shot.
Yep. And then it should ask for other modifiers, which there are none.
Oh, goody. Attack misses.
You pull the trigger on your Inferno pistol, and a wave of invisible, flesh-rending heat melts a hole in the ground right here.
Great.
And it is now Malkador's turn. Malkador Brynjar.
Malkador turns to watch the shot hit the ground and says, "Well, that was a tremendous start." He takes his chainsword, I should say, and says, "Well," gives it a quick pull start, uses it to scrape the edge of his flamer to light the pilot light, and says, "For the Emperor," and just fires it straight at the guys in front of him.
Yeah, what's the range on a flamer, Chief?
20 meters.
Cool. And the way flamer weapons work is you don't actually roll to hit. Instead, everyone in a 20-meter line. Actually, I'm just gonna say this because I love my players. You should take like a half action to step forward first.
Yeah, I've got a half move for 3 meters, so 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now I'm within range of those guys as well.
Yeah, so the way flamers work is it shoots out to its maximum range in a straight line, and then in a 30-degree cone, every single person in that line has to make an agility test, or they are lit on fire and take damage.
Red barrels in the flames as well. I just want to point that out.
I don't think the flamer has the penetrative force to ignite the barrel, because it is like a metal barrel.
Yeah, it would cause a lot of heat, but there wouldn't be any like spark.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, if you want to get technical about it, shooting it wouldn't cause a spark either. Mythbusters proved that.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, but Mythbusters. All right, so let me book. Go ahead and roll the damage for your thing.
Number of hits, 1 hit.
Oh god, and you had to roll good damage too. How do I GM whisper myself?
Not sure.
I think you just /GM whatever you're gonna do. Test it first.
I do like a /GM roll and then see what happens.
Okay, that worked. Cool. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 agility tests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Against they gotta beat a 30. So the heavy weapons team dies in agony, screaming as they are engulfed in holy promethium. The team up here, one guy bites it like a fucking chump, and the other two are forced to dive over their cover to get out of the way of the flames and take no damage and are not lit on fire.
Delightful. I turn around and say, never mind.
No, never mind. For the Emperor.
Just do it, lad. We've all got to die someday.
We've all got to die someday. Navigator, you're up.
Can I see the two that jumped over the barrels from the angle I'm at? Or is the smoke blocking him?
You can see them vaguely. Yeah, you can't see them. It's not thick enough smoke to, like, I don't know, I guess because you're still allowed to shoot through it, I assume it's not thick enough smoke to totally obscure your vision, just to throw off your aim.
Okay. And if I get to there, that would still be in the smoke, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take out my best craftsmanship hell pistol, and I'm going to take a shot at this guy.
Excellent. What is the range on a best craftsmanship hell pistol?
35 meters.
Alright, so he's closer than half, so that's point blank.
Okay. What does that mean for me?
When you roll your attack, it'll ask you how close they are.
Ah.
You select the point blank option. It gives you bonuses to hit.
Gotcha. Okay. I did not aim. Could I aim?
I mean, yeah, you could.
Is it a...
It's either a half action to aim for +10, or a full action to aim for +20 on your next turn.
Gotcha. And if I don't aim, I can take another shot?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. I don't think it says you can't.
Is it... Where is shooting on this chart?
Combat. A
It's not an all-out attack.
standard attack. The active character makes either one melee attack or one ranged attack. Yeah, I guess
So it's
it
a
doesn't
half.
say you can't.
Okay, so half action. And then
So, yeah.
they are point blank. And this is a single shot. Is that?
I believe hell pistols are single shot.
It doesn't say anything otherwise.
Well, you're making a normal attack anyway, so you're single. Oh no, so actually, hold on. You do have a semi-auto rate. That's the 2.
Ah,
So if you do a semi-auto attack, you get +10 to your hit, and for every 2 degrees of success you score, you get an extra hit, up to a maximum of 2, because that's your rate of fire.
so I could get 3 hits? Or 2 hits?
2 hits. It's the same. It's the same. You with a hell pistol get the same number of shots as if you shot twice, but you would get +10 to hit. So you'd get the benefits of aiming, and you would get 2 shots potentially.
But this would be a full action.
This would be
instead
a
of half.
full action.
I think I'm gonna kill this guy in 1 shot, so I'm gonna not do that. Single shot. Do I have any other modifiers?
-20 from the smoke.
Right. And then let me just check my talents. I have pistol weapon training.
Pistol weapon training just lets you fire your pistol with no penalties. Normally, you would take a -20 penalty for using a weapon you're not trained in.
Right. Okay. So -20. Damn. Are these? Okay, well, I rolled a not hit.
A not hit, but not a jam, so we're still good.
It's
I don't think a best craftsmanship.
so it wouldn't.
Yeah, I
jam
don't think
anyway.
it can jam.
Yeah.
But you still have a half action left though.
I'll shoot him again. Attack. No aim. Point blank. Single shot. Minus 20. Jesus.
That is some bad luck.
Is this rolling the stuff right?
Yeah, I mean you rolled a 95 and a 94.
Well, that's not very good.
Oh, unfortunately not. Bertrand, Birdie, you're locked in
That's-
melee with an Ogren.
Well, there's only one thing left to do. There's no aim. Is there aiming a melee weapon?
Yes, you can take the aim action and have it benefit a melee weapon.
I will half aim, I guess.
All right.
Right. It's a standard action, not a charge. I'm not going all out. Do I have any modifiers because I'm in the smoke?
No, you're in melee. He's close enough to see.
But
All right. He Ogrins. He does not have dodge as a skill, so he's got to dodge this with his agility, and he's got to hit fucking 12. He does not dodge your attack. Roll damage. Yeah. All right. That's gonna rack him up to from 2 wounds all the way up to 13 total. Which does he's not down, but he's big hurt, mad hurt. And that was aim and attack, right? So that was your whole turn.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go through this really fast. The Ogren is going to hit you with his Ripper gun. He gets a couple degrees of success. You are allowed to attempt to dodge or parry.
Parry, no modifiers, right? straight?
Just the ones from your weapon being good. Parried. He does not hit you. We've got 2 guys right here who are out of cover, and they'd like to not be out of cover anymore, so they're actually going to just hop back over into cover, and hopping the barrels will be their turn. We've got 1 guy who's going to try and shoot Bertrand with a semi-automatic attack. He's got -20 shooting into the smoke, so he fluffs it. 1 guy is going to try and shoot the Navigator, semi-auto, -20 to attack. He fluffs it. This back team is going to, now that they see that there are people here, abandon their weapons platform and draw knives. Yes, I said knives. And they are going to charge y'all. And they're each going to try and stab you. Malkador, he does hit. You have the opportunity to parry if you'd like. There should be a button on your chainsword.
Yep, I'll give it a shot.
He misses. The other one is going to attempt to stab Claude, and he fluffs it. So it is now Vin's turn.
Yay.
You know what that means? I am once again shooting that motherfucker.
That fucking Ogren.
Yes. So with the same setup, a half a turn of aim and a half a turn of fire.
Shoot.
Yup. So we are attacking. We are in half aim. We are in point blank range. We are taking single shot, and we are still negative 20 on the modifier. Yes.
Oh no, actually, hold up. This is the second turn. The smoke cloud dissipates.
Okay. No modifier.
No
Fuck this guy in
modifier.
particular.
Here we go.
I still fucking miss though.
Oh,
Bang! The hand cannon goes. Plink goes the metal wall. Claude. This guy's all up in your shit with a knife.
I don't have a melee weapon, and I feel like firing my Inferno pistol at close range is going to have disadvantage.
Actually, pistols are the one weapon that can be used in melee with no disadvantage.
Thank God, because that makes way more... Like, a rifle at close range, yeah, you don't want to do that, but like a pistol, you just kind of have to tilt your elbow with it. It's fine.
So actually, he's just doomed himself because now he's in point blank range of you, which gives you like plus 30 to hit.
Yeah, I don't have time to aim, I'm assuming.
No, you do.
Okay. Is that
It's your
half aim?
Yeah.
Is full aim like you're scooted down behind cover or something and like actually setting up the shot?
Full aim is you spend your entire turn aiming and then shoot next turn.
Word, okay. Point blank plus 30, single shot, other modifiers,
None.
0. Hey, that's actually a positive number above 1.
He is going to try and dodge. He does not dodge. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm impressed I managed to shoot him in the right leg at point blank range.
Hit that damage button.
I did. I am 13.
Yeah. All right. With AP 13, you like dodge out of the way of his knife, kind of like get like a good angle with your gun in your hand, pull the trigger, and his fucking whole bottom half just vanishes. Like his from the waist down, he just turns to fucking dust.
Proud of you, Code.
Ah, boy.
My boy.
Medic calls for a medic for his own guy.
Yeah, look at him. Look, good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. You learned.
You learned. Malky. Guy's got a knife. It's kind of fucked up, isn't it?
yeah.
It's the 41st millennia. Who uses a knife?
Yeah. He's used the butt of his chainsaw to just casually parry the knife away and just go, "Ah, son," and just bring the chainsaw down on him. So I get ready as a free action, so technically I guess I can just switch to that.
Yeah.
Alright, so attack. Half aim, I guess. Do you aim? No, you don't aim with a chainsaw.
You can aim. Aim applies to melee and ranged weapons.
Oh, okay. So so half aim then, so that I'm not having to wait a turn. That's how it works. Combat action. Called shot. All out. Do any of these apply to melee?
I mean, all out attack does apply to melee. You get a plus 20 to hit, but you cannot take reactions until the start of your next turn.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go standard then. And hey.
It hits. He is going to try and parry with his dinky little knife. He does not parry with his dinky little knife. So go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, yeah. Bloody boom.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
when you roll damage,
Yeah.
2d10?
Hmm?
I don't think chainswords are 2d10, my guy.
Oh, yeah, it was, I've got something that lets me add a d10 to my,
And then pick the highest.
melee attacks. Oh, and then pick the highest, right, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you roll
actually,
2d10 and pick the highest.
so
Okay, so I'll
when you're
just
using your
1d10 then now.
yeah, so when you're using your chainsword and you do damage, you don't actually hit the damage button. I was going to tell you this, but then you rolled it already. You hit the tearing button.
Ah, yeah, because it's a tearing weapon.
Yeah,
Right, and then that'll do.
and then that'll
Syntax
do it right.
or not. Yeah, it's giving me a syntax error when I hit tearing. So shall I just do damage twice and then
Okay.
pick one?
Oh, hold on, I went through that time.
No, that was me. I didn't hit tearing last
yeah.
time either.
Doesn't work for me for some reason. I got a syntax error.
Hold on. Okay,
Maybe
okay.
It's because... No, I fixed it. It's because I had an R in the damage. But if I just
Yeah.
do it 1d10 plus 2, it just does it. Okay.
Yep. All right. So that's 11 damage to the. Where'd you hit him?
Right arm, I believe it was.
Yeah, all right. His arm comes off and he dies screaming. Actually, he's not technically dead yet, but he will be soon.
Yeah, Malky just sort of casually carries on, doesn't even make eye contact.
So that's actually 17 up from, what did you roll before? For damage, you rolled a 13. So he's got 4 more points done to him. So he's actually at 17. All right. Navigator, you're up, and the smoke is gone.
The smoke sure is gone. The navigator steps over. Actually, can I move before I do this? Let me check.
This is Lidless Stare, right?
Yeah. I put in it's a full action because that's what I assumed it was, but in the actual description of the ability, it does not say if it is a full action or not.
Hold on. Unless otherwise noted, using a navigator power is a standard action, and a standard action is a half action.
Okay.
So.
Alright, so I will take my 3 steps over here. Navigator opens her hands and is like, "Gentlemen, it's been a delight. I would like you all to pay attention to the following presentation." And then she lowers her hood and does a fucking Lidless Stare ability.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're staring at these 5 guys, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can get all 5 dudes and the Ogren without also getting Bertrand.
Yeah, I guess
just because of how eyes work, you know.
Yeah. Seems to be the way that goes.
So
that's all right. I've got this guy.
All right.
Lidless Stare. The navigator makes an opposed willpower test. These guys have got a willpower of not super great because they're just mook. So,
if you would like to know what I'm doing, here's the full thingy. So I'm hitting the roll button.
Yeah, so you're just gonna roll willpower.
Wait. Any modifiers?
No. The 2.5 degrees of success, and then they have to beat a 25. So 2 of them succeed. Go ahead and what is this? This is 1d10 plus willpower bonus, not reduced by armor. You're adept at it, so it's 2d10 plus willpower bonus. Cool. So go ahead and roll 2d10. Add your willpower.
Let's see if this works. Did that add my willpower? It did not. So that is actually +4. So 16.
Oh wait, hold on. This is opposed. Oh, right. So they don't have to beat a 25. They have to beat a 25 and get more degrees of success than you, which they didn't. So, that guy, his eyes burn out of his head. This guy's brain explodes. This guy kills himself to avoid the fate. This guy dies screaming, and this guy actually gets sucked into the warp.
Alright.
And then you, Malchiador and Claude, watch as a fucking wave of purple energy washes over these people, and when it goes away, the bodies are gone, and the floor has been scoured clean.
Oh, Throne of Terror, I never get used to that.
If you do get used to it, something is very wrong.
Oh,
The navigator puts her hood back up.
Don't forget to mark down that you have a level of fatigue.
Yeah, where do you put that?
On the front of your sheet in your skills. Oh no, top of your sheet, there's just a little fatigue section. You just hit the plus.
Ah, there it is.
And then click the box. The little box.
Gotcha.
Alright, Bertrand, you got an Ogren, buddy. He's hurt. He's hurt bad.
I'm getting a little bored now, friend, so,
I'm getting a little bored.
It's not been much of a fight. He hasn't proved much of a challenge.
He really has not, like, done nearly as good as I thought he would do in this fight. Yeah, alright. He's gonna try and dodge again.
There's the
Gotta
damage
beat a
roll.
12. He does not. Cool. Why don't you go ahead and describe me what your 15 chainsword damage does to this Ogren?
Oh, he dead?
He's dead. He's gone.
I ram it in and I feel something catch, and I grin at him, and I shove in as far as I can, and what it caught on was his spine, and I grind through it.
ew.
And then let him just kind of loosely flop.
Fatality.
Yeah.
He looks at you as you're like chainsawing through him, and he says, "Well, this wasn't much fun." And then he collapses.
And I'm just covered in blood. That's why I don't wear shirts. Less to clean.
Something, Tech Priest. Haven't you heard about the dangers of bloodborne disease?
I thought you were about to say, haven't you heard about the dangers of washing machines?
Washing machine.
I thought you were just gonna say, haven't you heard the dangers of Bloodborne? And I was like, what's that got to... Oh,
Bloodborne.
disease.
Fear the old blood.
Alright, congratulations.
I got him, Captain.
I got him.
I see.
He steps out from behind the crate, walks up, and looks him up and down and goes, "It's not your best,
No.
but we'll put it in the upper quarter.
I mean,
Solid,
it's
solid 7.
just so much fatty tissue, you know?
It's a difficult one. You'll
just-
get there, bud. Don't worry too. Don't. The next one will be better.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed, really.
You always are, but you'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step over the viscera, past navigation, and go, excellent, good work, terrifying as always, and then just continue down.
Always a pleasure.
Stepping past, and as she goes past that first line, sees the other parts of the canvas. Excellent timing, as always, exactly what I expect. Rob them of everything they had.
Oh, that's not a thing.
Oh. Don't rob them of anything.
Well, no. So,
That's not a thing.
Remember the space code. No
No.
taking of their possession.
So-
No lootty people.
so the thing is, I mean, okay, actually, this is a good opportunity to explore how this would work. So you know what? I will allow it. The thing is that these guys, the guys with the las guns, you don't need las guns. You already have essentially unlimited las guns on the ship. Las guns are quite literally $1 for $1 million in this
Yeah,
universe.
Basic weapon.
The Ripper gun on this guy, however, would be a decent weapon. Let me find that. Come on. I have so much to scroll through. Ripper gun. All right, so the Ripper gun is of common availability. However, taking just this one gun off this corpse is not going to serve you in the long run. So what you can instead do is you can make an acquisition roll to acquire not only his Ripper gun, but also the chain of supply to maintain constant ammunition for the Ripper gun. Because that is how loot works in this game. Like our buddy over here, Malky, he has a melt-a-bomb in his backpack. But it's not just one melt-a-bomb. It's one melt-a-bomb that he replenishes every time he goes back to the ship, because you just have on supply melt-a-bombs.
Hell yeah.
Tight.
So the way the acquisition roll works is you have a in the lesser evil character sheet, you have in your special actions and notes a profit factor of 49. Anytime you want to acquire gear, you determine the availability of the gear, how much of the gear you want, and the quality of the gear that you want, and you roll. And if you beat the number you get, then you acquire that gear and the resources to always have that gear available.
I see.
So
So when you say we don't need anything they have, it's because we have eternal amounts of everything that they have. Gotcha.
yes, the two weapons that they have that you don't are the Ripper gun from the Ogryn and 2 las cannons. If you're interested in either of those, we could do some dice.
Let's dice it. I don't see any reason to leave them with fuck all.
All right, so Ripper gun is common availability, which is a 0 penalty but 0 benefit. Are you looking to acquire a Ripper gun for, like, say, just Bertrand, or do you want, like, Ripper guns for everybody? Or, like, Ripper guns for the whole ship?
I would question. I know that's probably like going off of we've looted a settlement or something, right? Like
In
it's
this
assuming
case-
you're looting a larger.
Yeah, I feel
In-
like if we're looting one, I would be looting one for Bertrand.
Well, the thing is that you're looting the gun, but what you're also doing is talking to like the station managers and other traders to acquire to legally acquire a supply chain of ammo.
For a single gun?
Not worth
Well,
it.
yeah, because you're going to be everywhere. You're going places, you know. You don't want to have
Yeah.
a gun and one clip, and then when it runs out, the gun is useless.
So if I roll, we can get a gun and all the necessary things for one of those guns. No
Yes.
penalty. Okay.
No
Let's
penalty.
roll for one of those.
Cool.
Where am
So
I?
you're
Okay.
just gonna roll a flat D100. Number to beat is 49.
Over or under?
Under. Always under.
Nope.
Ah.
You take the Ripper gun off the corpse. You talk to the various station managers and other traders, and despite the generally common availability of this weapon, it seems like this might have just been the Ogren's personal sidearm. You know, no one's got it in stock right now. Now the
He
real
brought
fun.
it from home.
He brought it from home. The real fun now is the las cannon, because that packs a punch. If you would like to acquire the las cannon,
Mhm.
it is actually a rarer weapon.
Oh. What am I
So
rolling then?
you would need to roll, and you would need to beat not a 50. It would have been
But it was still a 1D100.
Yes, it's always a D100.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So these guys just brought this shit with
No
them.
dice.
They weren't planning on resupplying here or anything.
Yeah. However, neither las cannon that they had was fired, so you could take them with as temporary assets and just have 2 las cannons, each with 1 clip, or 1 las cannon with 2.
yes, I'm taking them because we're petty and they tried to kill us.
And I'm just gonna. It's got 1 clip in it. He didn't fire his rifle at all.
Yeah.
So, I'm
So
gonna take,
here is las cannon.
I'm perfectly happy to go full John Wick on this bad boy. Just fire the gun till it's empty, then dump it.
And then here is
What is a clip? We just take guns, fire them until they're empty, and then throw them away.
and then here is
See,
Ripper gun.
That's why you're on my crew. You understand.
I'm gonna fire it till it's empty, and then I'm gonna mount it on my wall.
And then I'm gonna mount it on my
With
wall.
all of the others that we've collected in exactly
Yeah.
the same way.
Exactly.
You've solved my hallway shootout puzzle.
Murder.
Yeah.
Murder.
Yay!
To be fair to Kate, she did try to solve this without murder.
Yeah.
She just it just wasn't in the
Failed.
cards today.
Yeah.
It just wasn't in the cards.
It was a good hallway murder puzzle.
Was a good hallway murder puzzle.
Good effort. Thank you,
Yeah.
Harley.
Yeah.
Thank you, Harley.
Yeah.
I do think it is getting to. It's a little later actually than we usually go, so I will
Yeah.
let you all go here. You all gain 500 XP.
Yay!
Woo!
You can spend that now between sessions. However, if you don't spend it before next week, you will have to wait until after next week's session to spend it.
You can
That's
just
fair.
end it at the end of sessions. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds perfectly reasonable.
But yeah. The way this game works is, generally speaking, at the end of a session, you get either 250 XP or 500, depending on how long the session ran, and then there's bonus XP for if you complete notable objectives.
Sweet.
So yeah, y'all get 500 XP.
Nice.
Hooray!
Next.
I realized like halfway through that session that Hero Forge had an option to export tokens that were hexagonal, and so I started making standardized tokens for everyone. And then you're kind of hex again. They're rotated the wrong way. But at that point, you're committed.
Wait, what do you mean they're rotated the wrong way? It's a hexagon.
Yeah.
Yes, there's like a flat at the bottom instead of a point at the bottom.
Upside,
What?
I think everyone's tokens look great.
Oh fuck yeah!
Looking
Mhm.
good, everybody. Oh,
I
That's
have
really
a
good.
feeling now that we kind of got to see everybody's personality a little bit. I think Birdie and Malky are gonna get along real well.
Oh yeah.
I've solved your hexagon puzzle, Al.
did you flip the hexes?
Yay.
Yeah, good idea.
Oh God.
Yes.
Everyone shifted 2 feet to the right.
It happened
That's
again.
okay.
Why does that
It's
keep?
like you're in space.
Was it just a drink or did anyone else feel that?
Hey, Navi, why do we keep shifting places?
The navigator is
Kinda-
like, I'm gonna have to look into this once we get back to the ship.
Yeah, it's because it's a little unsettling, I gotta say.
Navigator's
Ziggy
like,
says
"I'm
we've
too
jumped again."
The navigator's like, I'm too busy glowing purple and neon blue to listen to anything you freaks have to say
I
to
am
me.
so fucking cool over here. I don't think you guys understand.
Oh, by far the coolest. By far the coolest token.
I want
I had finished the navigator's token, and then you had the bit where you took your hood off and you sent people to hell.
Yeah.
And so I had to go back and redo it with like the ominous hand on hood, like I will.
Exactly.
I also just want to say for everybody, M had the option to take more powers and instead doubled down on sending people to hell.
And it
I
works.
appreciate that. I think that's
Alright.
fucking okay.
I think that's a valid choice.
I
The
gotta.
navigator is someone who would log on to like Windows XP and just get a real kick out of like putting things in the recycle bin. Just a little, like,
Yeah.
I hope that's the noise
That's
that it
the
makes. Like,
noise that
just a little,
happens.
like,
That's exactly the noise that hell makes. It's very disconcerting.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not sure why.
I don't- And then when normal people die in the real, like in our world, like that when I killed that ogre, right? That ogre, you know, he's like, that wasn't fun. Do 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 do.
It looks like you're trying to die. Can I help?
Oh God, it's Clippy! Everybody run!
Uh-oh.
we can't win things quickly, you guys.
He has
Also,
become
no
powerful.
one informed me that Hero Forge had dramatic ass makeup as an option,
Oh yeah.
so I did have to go back and add that shit in for the reason of why not.
Oh, you mean like the eye makeup and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wish it had lip and nose piercings. Because
Yeah.
It does.
because it does? I did not see
Mhm.
those.
It does have nose piercings. I can hang on. Let me just.
There's a piercing section.
Hang
There's a
on,
lot of
if
piercings.
Yeah, there is actually a lot of piercings. I think. Let me just check.
They do not look good, which is why I never
No.
use them. They are too
Because
large.
I use the eyebrow piercings don't look too bad.
Mhm.
I do
Yeah,
have
piercing. It's
have
just
good
in
news.
piercings if you click the
Yes.
nose and then click the ring.
Good
It
news, everyone.
you actually did succeed on your roll to get the Ripper gun.
Yay!
Okay.
I thought common was +0, but it turns out common is actually +20 to your roll. So your target was 69,
Nice.
and you
Hey.
hit it with a
Nice.
67.
Nice. I don't like when I zoom in to my Hero Forges guy's face that it looks like I'm reflected in his eyes. That is unsettling.
Ugh.
The trying to get the navigator's eyes to not look like they have pupils in them was very interesting. Also, Kate, did you intend to give Vin asymmetrical makeup? Because right now they only have one red eye and then they have an orange and yellow eye, which looks suspiciously like the generic colors that decals come in.
I don't think I changed it at all on that eye.
Okay, so is it meant to
You
be?
have if you're in and around anyway, you have full capacity.
I don't see nose
These are
anywhere.
all. If you go into piercings and then there's the little like menu down the side with the bits of the face, you click on the nose, the one that like has a thing through the nose. Did you change the makeup color at all? Because I'm seeing in here decal layer 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Hold on. I'm doing it now.
Word.
Wow, those
The button.
piercings are way too big.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I suppose they'd have to be for the printing process, wouldn't they? They wouldn't be able to make them too small.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, the Hero Forge token, like the actual physical tokens are tiny.
Yeah, they're teensy.
Yeah. So just know that they have lip and nose piercings.
Good for them.
I'm going to go and decide what I want to spend my points on.
I need to remember where my points live.
Talents, bottom of the page.
Right. I looked in skills. That was a mistake.
Why would you look
Alright.
at those?
I am going to bounce, but that was a very fun game. I enjoyed it very much.
I
Glad.
enjoyed it surprisingly much for the fact that I had no idea what was going on at any given time.
Oh,
That's just our
actually,
usual vibe, though.
before you leave, Eldar, I should. Could I find one of these that isn't horny?
Wait, how do I add XP to spend onto my sheet? Or do I just have to like write 500 into advancements taken?
You hold up.
I put it into, where was I put it?
If you earned XP as a box, you can change.
Yeah.
There you go, boy. Alright, kids, I'm gonna bounce. I'll do XP stuff after next game.
No
Okay.
problem.
Oh,
Before you
Captain,
go,
my
Al,
Captain.
this is what an Eldar is. They're just space elves.
Aw, nice. Good for her. I still can't see where to add the XP in.
Oh, she's well fit, Governor.
On your talent sheet, you
Yeah.
got your XP to spend, XP total, and earned XP. It goes in
Oh,
earned XP.
So I just need to turn earned XP into 5,500.
Yep.
Word.
Cool. Okay. I have to make dinner, so I'm also gonna bounce. Bye. Have a good
Oh,
night,
good night.
everybody.
It was fun.
Good night.
Yeah.
I will pose. Vin's is the only token I needed to fix, right? Because T was gonna add a nose ring, but can't because
Yeah, I'm
they
not gonna.